Hello, welcome to Mind Doctor. I'm Mahalakshmi Sampson. I'm a counseling psychologist and a personal excellence life coach. I thought after the Pollachi incident, the rape case, whose judgment had come recently, I thought I should make a video on how to raise children who respect and not harm from a psychologist point of view. This recent Pollachi rape case judgment shook many of us, isn't it? 6 men were sentenced to life imprisonment for unspeakable crimes. In other words, it as described by many people, unpardonable crimes. And these crimes that had gone very far beyond physical violence. They have violated the trust, privacy, and the very foundation of safety in our communities. As a psychologist and as someone who works deeply with emotional healing, I invite you today to not just be disturbed but to reflect. What creates people who can commit such acts? And how do we raise children who never would do that? And this is not just about punishment, but it is about prevention, parenting, and possibility. Crimes like this don't start in the act. If you actually look at the cause and where does this begin, they doesn't start in the act when they actually perform the crime, but they start in childhood. In small moments of disconnection, of suppressed emotion, of learned entitlement. I'm so special, so I deserve everything that I desire. That's sort of an entitlement. Many boys grow up being told not to cry, not to feel, not to be gentle. Over time, because of this, their empathy muscle atrophies. It just doesn't exist. And with that, when you add unchecked power by parents, pure validation and digital voyeurism that is happening, it creates a perfect storm that hits the society very badly. In the Pollachi case, these boys weren't monsters from birth, but these were boys who were never taught emotional accountability, who never learned to respect boundaries, whether it is their own boundary or others. So, if you look at it, when children are brought up like this, the consequence is beyond the courtrooms. Yes, they have been sentenced today, but what about the victims? The trauma doesn't end with a verdict. It lingers in the body, in relationship, in trust. And many survivors, because of what they have undergone, they battle post-traumatic stress disorder, that is PTSD, shame, isolation in the society. And some never actually find safe connection at all again in their life. And communities suffer too, isn't it? Women grow up constantly alert and parents live in fear. Even if these women, right, when they get an opportunity to settle down with a good soul, still these fears that they have undergone, the trauma that they have undergone, could also be passed genetically to their children. That is the impact that has been made because of this crime. So what can we do to prevent this, and what parents can do? It is very important for us to know what we can do. We could be a parent, we could be a caregivers, we could be an educator also. So first thing that what we can do is raise emotionally literate children. Teach boys it's okay to feel, that crying is human and it's okay to cry. That anger doesn't have to become aggression. And second one, what we need to teach them is normalize conversations about boundaries and consent very early in their life. Right, by how can we do that is we need to do this by using age appropriate language, but it is important to be direct. Let them know their body is theirs and so is everyone else's, where they learn to respect and understand that respect is very important, right? So for that, the third thing comes, that is model respect. Children learn more from watching you than from anything you say. Do you respect your spouse? Do you respect your spouse's space? Do you honor your child's no? When your child says no, do you honor it or do you dishonor it? Do you consider it or you just throw it away? These are the teachings that you give to the children, right, where they learn from what you do and not from what you say. And the fourth one is equip them to speak up. Give them the space. Give them the space to speak up. And this space is a non-judgmental, very safe space, right? Very unconditional, safe space. Teach your children that no secret should make them feel unsafe. That they can come up to you without judgment. And for them to come to you, they need to feel very safe. They need to feel that you're not going to judge them and you're going to unconditionally love them, irrespective of what they say, right? And this is what, when we do, gives hope and healing to the children. So now this video isn't about, just about an information. And this video isn't even meant to scare you, but this video is to awaken you. We cannot reverse the past, can we? We cannot. But we can shape the future. And it starts with how we raise, guide, and listen to our children today. If you are a parent who missed some of these steps, it's not too late. Parent yourself now. Reconnect with your inner child so that you can connect with your real child. Heal what was missing in you so that you can raise your children who don't carry that same emptiness. This is a part of a deeper series that I'm creating on emotional reconnection with yourself, with your children, and with the world. So I invite you to watch the rest of the Reconnection series that I would be posting soon. At the same time, I also invite you to download the free parenting reflection guide, the link of which I have given in the description. And so that, that increases your realization, that increases your understanding, so that you choose to be the best in the role of a parent, in the role of a caregiver, in the role of a teacher, or whoever you are. Because it's very important that we don't just raise educated children, but let's raise empathetic ones too. Yeah. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.